health and human.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
And just about 6:08 on your early Thursday evening, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some more rain and snow showers through Friday before we dry out for a little while this weekend, and then some rain and snow redevelops for the second half of the weekend. Speaking of snow, let's take a look at our current radar estimated snow depth. Now, as I showed you back on Tuesday, Monday night into Tuesday, we had 4 to 7 inches of lake effect snow in the greater Utica area, but only a fraction of that is left, and much of that is on grassy surfaces. It's been largely washed away by the changeover to rain that we've seen recently, and that's the case through most of the valley. But down toward the south, you do have some locations in Chenango and Madison counties that still have anywhere from 1 to 3, maybe a couple of higher spots. And then up toward the north, you'll notice this darker blue, indicating anywhere from 6 to 12 inches across portions of the North Country into the Adirondacks. Majority of that came last night into early this morning. So it really just depends on where you are, how much snow you have, and that's just, the variability of lake effect as well as that changeover to rain in the valley. Temperatures across the area right now, largely, if not, or I should say all of us are into the 30s, but the temperature, again, just depending on where you are. Up toward the north, Old Forge, Lake Pleasant, and Boonville, all at or below freezing, but from the valley on toward the south, we've got temperatures that are into the mid and upper 30s out there. However, that west-northwesterly breeze making it feel a little bit chillier. Let's take a live look at our radar right now, and some of the heaviest rain is actually occurring right over downtown Utica and just toward the south. However, you don't have to go far to the south or to the north of that, for that matter, to find mixing with snow, some wet snowflakes in there over portions of Schuyler, Newport Village, over toward Litchfield, and that's going to continue to be the case. Valley rain and some higher elevation snow. You can see that here on the radar, both in the Adirondacks and North Country and in the higher elevations of Chenango and Madison County. That's the case right now, is going to continue to be the case during the overnight hours. The culprit for that are these troughs associated with this area of low pressure that's moving up toward New England. It is slowly but surely moving away, allowing this area of high pressure to build in for tomorrow afternoon into Saturday morning. But you'll notice it doesn't last long, because once you get to the west of that, we've got another area of low pressure building in. That'll be with us for Saturday afternoon into Sunday. And yes, that also brings a wind shift from the south on Saturday to the west on Sunday. So that means that rain will change back over to snow, and those snow chances are with us back Monday and Tuesday in terms of lake effect as well. So temperatures both weekend days into the lower and middle 40s, definitely cloudier, cooler, and even snowier in some cases as we head through Sunday. Saturday will start dry, and then we'll see those showers moving in during the afternoon. More rain and snow showers during the overnight hours in the near term on our futurecast. A west-northwesterly breeze kind of driving that along with those troughs that I just showed you. Tomorrow we will see calming winds and some sunshine out there, but it doesn't last long. We will see periods of sun and then those lake effect showers developing. It'll also be a frosty start out there too. Same thing as we go through Saturday morning, and that rain and snow chances are really not going anywhere anytime soon. Same for the cool temperatures. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And approaching 11 minutes past 11 on your late Thursday evening, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking more unsettled weather to close out our work week. And then we'll see a brief break before our next storm system builds in. Let's first take a live look, though, at downtown Utica. We're just seeing a few clouds out there right now. 35 degrees, winds out of the west at 7 miles an hour. That's making it feel like 29. The dew point not far from that at 33. Temperatures across the area right now largely into the lower and middle 30s out there. But we are seeing some locations up toward the north and off toward the east that are seeing at or below freezing temperatures, like Lowville, Boonville, and Johnstown, all at 32, right at the freezing mark. And then in Old Forge and Lake Pleasant, we have 31 for that current temperature. So that's where we are seeing some light snow right now. We're seeing the rain transition back over to snow in the valley with the dropping temperatures. And down toward the south, Madison, Chenango, and Otsego counties are seeing some light to moderate snow, as indicated by the brighter colors on the radar. The culprit for that is this trough that's stretching its way from south central Pennsylvania Pennsylvania, down into the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Back behind that, we've got an area of high pressure over Kentucky and Tennessee that'll build in briefly late tomorrow night into Saturday morning, but unfortunately the dry weather doesn't last long. The storm system back toward the Midwest will head our way for Saturday night into Sunday, therefore also causing a transition in the winds from the south to the west, and you guessed it, switching things back over to snow by the time we head towards Sunday as well. And that'll continue for both Monday and Tuesday in terms of lake effect snow. In addition to the transition of winds, it'll also become quite breezy as we head through Sunday. Winds at time out of the west-northwest at around 15 to 20 miles an hour, but there could be gusts of 30 to 40. And Sunday, as you might expect with that snow, also the cooler of the 2 weekend days in the low 40s as opposed to Saturday, which is into the mid 40s. Overnight tonight, however, on Futurecast, we'll see increasing clouds. Those chances for both rain and snow showers, more rain as you head into the valley, just like we had today, but snow showers both to the north and south, and we can't rule out a few peaks of sunshine. However, it'll still feel chilly with temperatures, or with winds out of the west-northwest at around 5 to 15 miles an hour. Temperatures themselves getting into the upper 30s and low 40s in the valley, feeling like the mid-30s throughout the day. That's after starting the day with a frosty start. Temperatures in the 20s, and same thing as we head through our Saturday. As far as the 7-day forecast is concerned, the warmest day of the next 7 looks to be Saturday, and it's only 44, so that's still below average for this time of year. And then with that westerly wind coming in on Sunday, we'll see snow developing, especially in the afternoon, and that lake effect looks to linger for Monday, Tuesday, and possibly into Wednesday of next week as well. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan.